Hey, hey, everybody. It's lunchtime. Gosh, haven't said that in a hot minute. Sorry if there was a bit of an echo. I had something open. Oh, hey, thanks for the support. Oh, yeah, you run Mandy stream. I really appreciate that. These are just during my lunch break, so it's not a video game, unfortunately. It's a board game, so I'm not sure if you're a board gamer, but either way, very much appreciate the support. I know that this is a weird time for most people that follow my stream, but I know we have some people that live in Europe. We have some people that live in other areas of the world, so this is a good time for them. This is my lunchtime. I do supervise. Yes, I have a regular day job. Unlike the other Mandy, who is also Canadian, and then I'm so happy for her that she's able to do this more full time. Seems like a lot of fun. I'm kind of the boring older person who does this on the side with my other things. So thanks so much for joining. So I know we'll probably have people pop in a bit later because it's a lunchtime. So I hope to see some regular faces. So we're all old. Well, you know what? There you go. That makes me feel so much better. So thank you for that. So you'll be lurking. Yeah, do your thing, and I'll be. It's more of a story game today, so I appreciate you even just hanging out. So thank you so much. My text seems to have disappeared. I'm like on a roll today, but it has my name and stuff generally, but it's decided to go bye bye. So for those who don't know, because it's not showing up on the stream, my name is Mandy, Mandy with an I. And today we are going to be taking a look at, let me see if I can get it here. Sherlock Holmes, The Shadow of Jack the Ripper. So it's a choose your own adventure. So we're going to work through it together. I know we've had other people on the channel who have been amazing at helping me through some mysteries, if you will, because I am very bad, like real bad at solving mysteries. So I always appreciate the extra help. So if no one shows up for a little bit, that's okay. You can always watch this later, but we're going to work through the story together. If you see me looking down at all during the stream, it's because I have three dogs, three small dogs, and they like to mill around the bottom of my chair versus the baskets that are right there for them. So I apologize if I have to shuffle a little bit during the stream. All right, well, I hope everyone's having a good day. Let's pop on over to the other scene and see if that's working. For those who do use the closed captions, please let me know your thoughts on them. This is a newer program that I'm trying. It's not great. Let me know, and we'll try something else. So let's pop over and see what's happening. All right, here you go. So it's a bit of a change on screen here, but I did photocopy and laminate, which may not have been a good idea because it does have a bit of a shine here. But this is the investigation sheet and briefcase that's in the story. And there's some other things off screen that I haven't put on, like the map, which I photocopied. Yes, my photocopy is giving me the business. I've tried. This is actually better than what it was. It is the most frustrating thing. The black ink is being streaky. So that's what happens when you pay for an expensive printer that acts up all the time. And then I've printed some other documents which we'll refer to as we're playing, rules and other things, character sheets and whatnot. So for those who are joining, this is just going to be a short, kind of like a lunchtime stream because, you know, so I have to get back to work and do the works. So it'll just be for a little while. So I will be reading some story elements. So Sherlock Holmes, Jack the Ripper. So let's open it up and see. So you'll see the page there that I photocopied. So we have a little marker here that we can use to write our notes. And looks like here we're going to be keeping track of suspects. And also we're going to be keeping track of their codes because when we go through the rules, you'll see what that's about. And then we have our briefcase and some writing on the wall for potential clues. So, hey, Tandy Boo, thanks for popping in. Good to see ya. You can help me solve this mystery. Because it's going to be rough. Deadpan, thanks for coming by. I figured I'd pick another mystery one because I only have a shorter amount of time today because back to work. And y'all are really good at this sort of thing, so we're going to try our best. So I should start off with a spoiler alert. If you have these books, we might give away certain things, but I rarely get these on the first try going through them, so I apologize in advance if you have them. You may not want to go through it with us. There's a chapter 1 and chapter 2. I don't even know if we'll get through chapter 1, but we will try our best. So that is that. Now that's just the title of said book. I'm going to turn my chair here a little bit. I got puppers underneath me here. And, okay, and we'll do this. There we go. So this is the character sheet that's in the book. Apologize for the shaky table there. But I've actually photocopied it as well here so I can also read it. And let's take a look and see what it says. Let's put something on here. There we go, so it doesn't flip open. Here we go. So, dear reader, during this adventure, you will take on the role of one of two familiar characters, each with their own unique abilities. Dr. Watson is Sherlock Holmes's trusted friend. He can ask 4 questions per interrogation and then consult Sherlock for advice and examine victims' bodies. So choosing him will lead to an easier investigation. I'm not adverse to an easy investigation, everybody. Then we have Sherlock Holmes, who's the most celebrated consulting detective in London. Okay. He can only ask 3 questions per interrogation. However, his talent for deduction will help you ask the right questions. This sounds like it might make it a little more challenging. We're just going to maybe start with the 4 questions for now, and if this is going well, maybe later on in the next chapter we can switch to Sherlock. And for the chat, have you tried any of these books before? And if you've tried this one even, I'm open to tips. I have a few of these on the shelf, but this is one that I hadn't tried yet. So some questions can cause the person being questioned to become angry, and they refuse to continue speaking with you. Consider yourself warned. Note, presenting an object or document to a suspect or witness does not count as asking a question. Yay, because I have a feeling it's going to happen a lot. Okay, so let's take a look at what it says here. Let me scooch up nice and close. I might have to do a little reading out loud here. So let's take a look here. So Saturday, September 10th, 1898 in Chapter 1. Ah, there they are, finally. Inspector. Holmes, thank you for coming so quickly. You've come alone? I had trouble getting Watson out of bed. Let's trade. It's in the morning. What's going on? Very well. Take us to the body. Huh? How do you know? And here we go. So, okay, so you've not seen these books before. Yeah, so this is one of many. I have a whole shelf of them. These are one of the ones that came out that you can play with like family depending on theme. This one might have a darker theme, so maybe not with kids. But yeah, it's really fun. All right, let's see what they're up to. Elementary, you sent officers in the middle of the night to collect and escort us to the notorious district of Whitechapel. Of course it's a murder. However, despite their mediocrity, Scotland Yard wouldn't call on me for a simple murder. It's been exactly 10 years since Jack the Ripper perpetrated his crimes in this very district. You're afraid that the killer has struck again, or at least you believe that people would fear that. Therefore, the victim is a woman. Now that you say it, it does seem rather obvious. It usually does. Follow me. Her name was Eleanor Green. She was found by some passerby around 3:40 this morning. So let's remember 3:40 this morning. Her throat had been cut and she'd been mutilated. Some of her organs were removed. Good Lord. Holmes, whether this is the original Ripper or not, we have to stop them, and quick. I'm sure you remember that 10 years ago he struck again. I see. Where's the body? In the district's morgue. I'll give you the address once you've inspected the scene of the crime. But before that, there are several rules you must know. Okay. So we have some rules that we've got to go to. So it does tell us to go to 2, which is here. So I'm trying not to shake my little rickety table too much. There we go. And I also printed the rules out here so we can go through them together. So then you're all on the same page. Haha, get it? Same page as me. So here we go. Here are the rules. 10 years after the terrible Whitechapel murder, a killer strikes again. In it, the monstrous Jack the Ripper who was never found, or are we dealing with a new killer? So what now? You're about to begin investigating a murder. We recommend you keep notes on a sheet of paper to track any of your information or evidence pertinent to your investigation. So, something in mind. I probably should have had more paper here, but we can write it on the back. Your task during this first chapter is to establish a list of suspects which you will track on your investigation sheet. So we have our investigation sheet here. Investigation sheet. And this is in the book, but I printed it separately for us to write on. The suspects. In the first chapter, you must find those people suspected of Eleanor Green's murder. When you meet an individual whose profile corresponds to that of the killer, you should make note of their name and code. So that's what we'll do here, name and code. The codes are not panel numbers. So when they talk about panel numbers, they're talking about these numbers on the page. I don't know if you can see that or not, but those numbers are the panels of the text. So we're not looking for those. When you believe you've interrogated all of the suspects linked to this case, you make your way to 171. And they put it in red, so that lets us know that we go to 171. Your briefcase, which we have here, you will come upon numerous documents, official and otherwise, as your investigation unfolds. You can present these documents to suspects and witnesses. We recommend you make notes of these documents in the space provided. So, like every other type of game like this, we'll make our notes here. Writing on the wall, which is this section down here. Let's see. It will seem that the killer has written on walls throughout the district. They appear incoherent, but make note of all of them, the same as you might succeed in decrypting them later. So if we come across these, I'll write them down. We'll have to sort them out. Keep your eyes peeled, as they may be well hidden in the actual panel. So that's the only reason why I'm showing the book. It's because when we get to panels, you'll be able to investigate the scene, and maybe I've missed something. So it talks about during chapter 2. I don't know if we're going to get to chapter 2, but I'll read this. During chapter 2, new events may occur that will require you to interrogate certain suspects anew before deciding on who the culprit is or are. The culprit is where you will write the name of the guilty party or parties. Then we go to a certain page for instructions. And then we have the map, which I showed earlier. And this will take us to some of the places we need to go to. So if you need the map on screen, let me know, and I could leave that there, and we can take a look at that together. So now it's time to choose our character. So just for our purposes today, because we have a ton of time, I'm going to try and get through some of this as quickly as possible, but still have fun. We're going to go with the easier of the two, so that's going to be Dr. Watson, because then I can ask 4 questions instead of 3. Let's see. The attribute of each character is described at 0. You may, if you wish, change your character when you begin chapter 2. So now we begin by writing number 56 on the corner of Commercial Street and Hansbury Street, which is here. I've written it already for us. And that's the scene of Eleanor Green's murder, marked with an X. Then we're going to proceed there. So we're going to go to 56. So I wrote 56. Now we're going to go to the book and go to 56. That's 36. Oh, I marked it. 56. Okay, so that's the panel number they were talking about right at the top. So 56 has a lot going on here. So as you can see here, there's the inspector. There's number 14, number 160, 25, and 136. So what that's telling us is that we can go to each of those scenes or investigate those things further. So, I mean, the dead body seems like a good start, maybe at the end, but let's go to 160 and see what the dead body tells us. I know people are working, so even if you're just listening, that's cool too. So 160 takes us to here. Okay, I'll let you get a good look at that scene. I apologize for my table. So, hey Steve, you caught me on Twitch. Yay, I'm trying to stream solo. I'm not very comfortable streaming solo, so everyone's been really awesome at being super supportive. So yeah, I do some solo streams. I'm starting to do more of them on Fridays around lunch hour. So this is the time. Today I'm not off, so it'll just be like an hour, and then we'll be back to next Friday where I'm off doing some more fun things. So I figured we'd try a storybook. So thanks for joining. I apologize everyone for the little shakiness of the table. It's not super sturdy, but it's the one that I have. So here's the body of Eleanor Green. Okay. Hey, Dutch Yoda. Thanks for popping in. You're not playing, oh my gosh, Diablo? So here's the body. It's telling us to go to 56, which I think is where we were before. So it's just giving us an image of the body, some blood stains. We'll keep that in mind. So we're going to go back to 56. All right. I don't know how much that told us, but here we are. Then maybe we should go see what's in 136. Yeah, let's check out 136 and see. Okay, 136. So this is 136. Okay. And what is this, Steve? The last stream ended literally as I got to Twitch. I know, but I'm glad you caught this one. It's a bit of a story thing, so we're kind of working through Choose Your Own Adventure. So please, everybody in the chat, jump in if you're like, no, let's try this or let's do this, and we'll check it out. And Choda, oh, you're playing Diablo later. You're getting for softball match. Okay, totally, totally get that. I have played a little bit last night, but I haven't played for a little while, so got to get back into it. Okay, so 136 says, there's a splatter of blood here. You estimate that this splatter is about 5 feet 7 inches from the ground. So, 5 feet 7 inches from the ground. That possibly indicates the height. 5 inches 7 inches from the ground. Possibly the height of the person who committed the murder, or maybe the person that actually died was 5'7". So then, I watch way too many crime shows. Splashing of the blood. If it's someone coming that's taller, it might be splattered differently. Okay, I'm reading way too much into this, way too early. I need to stop watching these like crime shows. It can't be good. So let's move this map here. And I'm going to write, I know this is the briefcase, but I'm just going to write it here so I have it. So 5 feet 7 inches from ground. Blood. Okay, just so I have an idea. All right, and then it says, if you are Watson, go to 65. If you are Sherlock, go to 115. Well, we are Watson, so we're going to 65. All right, and what happens here? So we're at 65. The victim's throat was slit at this height. Haha, look at that. The splatter is quite high. The killer lifted his prey. It would seem we are searching for a man with great physical strength. Maybe. The cut was made from left to right. The killer held the weapon in his right hand and hoisted Miss Green with his left. Impossible to know whether he was right or left-handed. So the cut was made from left to right. The killer held the weapon in his right hand and hoisted her with his left. Impossible to know if he was right-handed or left-handed. I don't know. I would think that if... Okay, this is hypothetical, and gosh, I know how horrible this sounds. But I guess the person could be ambidextrous, but if I were to like... Oh, that's a fair point, actually. Because if you're lifting someone, you'd want to use your stronger hand. Yeah, left to right. Like, you would want to lift them with your stronger hand. Or maybe not, because if you're taller than them, how high do you really need to lift them? You need to, like, push them over. Yeah, that's what I think. I think they're right-handed. Yeah, because you would go the... See, this is why I have the chat. Y'all are so good. Yes. Keep this a mental note here, because I'm probably going to forget to write things down. So this is good. Potentially, we're thinking right-handed. I like it. So now it's telling us to go back to 56. Okay. All right. So we're back here. So we've investigated the body. We've investigated this splatter here on the door. So let's go check out the wall here at 25. Okay. What is... Oh, I see some letters on the wall here that say BU. All right. We're not certain whether this writing is linked to the crime or not. It's chalk. And it says BU. So Bravo umbrella. So, okay. SO, a coded message. Perhaps. The chalk is fresh. It was written in the last few hours. This could very well be the work of our killer, or that of the victim. My officers say they've seen others. We should try to find all of them. Here's a photo. This one might come in handy. So it says, note, you've received a photo of the wall in your briefcase. There are 10 occurrences of such writing throughout Whitechapel. Find and note them on your investigation sheet. Return to 56. Okay, so BU, we're going to make a note of it. Let me just put that back to 56. Okay, this page is like not wanting to stay, so I'm going to use my my new phone. Yes, I got the Samsung Ultra with a little donut ring. Or Steve, we could chalk this up to a dead end. Wah, wah. Oh, y'all are terrible. Okay, so I'm going to write BU there. So for those who maybe jumped in late, that BU is going to come in handy because we're going to have to like unscramble some words and whatnot. So see how it goes. I feel there are going to be a lot of puns here. I'm kind of here for it. Okay, so let's remove that. It's going to be my weight. So now we have 14. 14. That's the last thing we have not checked yet. Okay, here we go. So 14 says, I ordered my men to establish a list of primary suspects. The police station is here at 150 on your Osborne Street. On Osborne Street. Note it on your map and go there whenever you wish. Okay, so let's do this. Little wait there. Then I'm going to take my map, so this map that we had earlier, and I'm going to mark on it. So it says George Yard Osborne. I see it. And we're going to put 150 police. So you can see that I've marked it right there. Okay? So I can leave that here for now. I wanted to zoom in so at least you could see the book a little bit better. What is Steve saying here? Strong people don't tear others down. They lift them up like this guy. Oh my God. Oh, I don't know if I should laugh or cry, but it is amusing. That's, God, Steve, that's, it takes some wit to do what you're doing, so I appreciate you. All right, so now that we've gotten that information, we can go to 150, which is the police station, or we can go back to 56. I don't really see much point in going back to 56 because, well, we've investigated everything at 56, so let's go to 150, which is the police station. All right, let's see here. 150. Here we go. Okay, so, again, I apologize for the shakiness. I'm just on a really rickety table here. So this is the police station here, and you'll notice that's the frame number. So now we can go into the police station. It says to go elsewhere, then we go to our map, but we're going to go into the police station. So that's 125. So we got to go to 125. Now, if there's anything else there, you want to look for other numbers in the scene. I don't see any, so we'll go to 125. 125. Okay, cool. Okay, so here's the police station, and there are numbers in this scene. So there's 137 over here. There's number 8 here, so that'll allow us to talk at the desk. I don't see anything else, but if you see something, let me know. And then if we want to go to visit another location, we go to somewhere else on the map. So I'm thinking, do we want to go talk to the police officer, or do we want to... I don't know if 137 is going downstairs or back outside. I'm not really sure, but I'm thinking talking to the police officer might be the way to go. Just saying. Yeah, I'm thinking. Let's go see him. So number 8. So we go to 8. Yep. Come back. There we go. So 8. Oh wow, there's a lot of things on. There are a lot of things on here. So it says, Inspector Lestrade asked me to list the doctors in Whitechapel. Oh, okay. So there's a Dr. Neville Pryor who's at 113 Burner Street. There's a little location here. And then we have Dr. Reznikov and Dr. Dartnell at London Hospital. And that's at 118 Whitechapel Road. And then there's another number for us to go to check out. So this is where I got to go to the map. And I got to find those locations on the map. So this is where I got to take this just for a second. Mark it, because it's near between Backchurch and Bernier. Or Burner Street. I'm still in French mode here, so let me look for Backchurch. This might take a moment. Backchurch. I swear, I'm like as bad as instructions as I am in that. So Devin Sweet, thank you for subscribing so much. Thank you for coming by. I'm looking for instructions right now, so this might take a minute. Oh, I found it. Okay, so that's going to be 113, and that's 1, and I'll show you after where I'm putting that. So talk amongst yourselves. That's Dr. Neville. Okay, and then the next one is Oxford and something else here. Bear with me. Gosh, these are a doozy. Come on, come on. Oh, here we go. I found that one. So that's going to be 118. And that is London Hospital. Let's write that in. Okay, there we go. So let me show you the map there. So according to the book, I wrote those locations on the map. So that was for our first location. That's the police station where we are now. And then these are the other locations here. Okay, we got it. We're cooking with gas now. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Maybe. Who knows? So, so now it's telling us to go to 125. So, because that's how we have to get out of that scene. 125. Okay, so it takes us back to the main scene. There's a room here we haven't investigated, so let's go to 137 and see what they tell us. So it's a lot of this flipping, and we're in the early stages, so it says you may only visit the cells. Oh, those are the cells during Chapter 2. This is not the case. Return to 125. Well, we are not in Chapter 2, so that's a no-no for us. So we're back to the police station. So I was Tangipu saying, are the first letters of the locations matching Joe's letters written in chalk? Ooh. Okay, so let's see. So the locations I wrote, it's a good point, is Dr. Neville's office, which is here. And then this is London Hospital. And then we're at the police station. And the letters were B as in Bravo, U as in umbrella. So no, if that's what you're talking about. So let me know. But it's good that you're making those linkages. So that's really good. I know it's hard to see with this map here, so now we have a choice. Do we want to go to the Dr. Neville or do we want to go to the London Hospital? What do you think? So, what do you think, Tangipu? Dr. Neville or London Hospital? I know there's a bit of a delay, so take your time. And I know some people are working, so if I'm asking too many questions, let me know. But I'm like, both I think we'll visit, but maybe one might have better results first, so to speak. And for those just joining us, this is, we're going to the doctor. Okay, we'll go to Dr. Neville. This is a departure. Usually we'll play like a solo game, but I wanted to try this book just to see how it runs, because this is a slightly different system than some of the other books, so doing it together. So we are heading to Dr. Neville, which is 113. There we go. Okay. Oh, so there's a door here. It says 71. And then if we want to go anywhere else, we go to the map. So 71. So this is going to take us to 71. This looks a little sketchy, not going to lie. Oh. So out on a house called Dr. Pryor. So Dr. Pryor, Dr. Neville's office. Well, that's garbage. There's a big stain on this paper, though. Ew, that's disgusting. Tangible, I've been watching too much First 48. I used to watch that for a living. And then I have a weird obsession with watching like all these crime shows. I even watch like Nazi documentaries. Not that I'm saying I agree with any of that stuff. I find it fascinating. And I always feel like I have to explain myself when I say that. But I always wonder like what is going through people's minds when they do things like that. And to have that much control over people. Do you know what I mean? Like I just find it, I have to be careful. Interesting. I'm not saying it's interesting good. Just I'm interested to see how the mind works. So, okay, you're the same. You get it then. So 153. It says to go to 153. Okay, so we're going to go to 153. All right. So if you do end up playing these, obviously it's a lot of flipping. So, oh, not 153. What did I just do? Yeah, that's what it says. Out on a call, Dr. Pryor. No, it says go to 153. 153. Why is this upside down? Oh, here we go. Well, this is new. A good pick here. It says you found a suspect. Oh, it was upside down in the book. That's why it was weird. Dr. Pryor may be absent, but he remains a suspect. He is a doctor who resides in Whitechapel. Perhaps you will learn more about him later on. Note his name and his code on your list of suspects, then return to the alley at 113 or open your map to head elsewhere. What? Okay, so I'm just putting that there just as a wait, everybody. I'm not trying to show off my delightful donut pop socket. And we're going to write down, I'm just going to write it here and I'll bring it back so I'm not shaking the table too much. So Dr. Pryor, and his code is 61. Okay, so this is what we're supposed to do once we found a suspect. So Dr. Pryor, and then I wrote his code of 61. So, I know, right? Pryor like Richard Pryor? No. That would be funny though. Then I feel like it might be a comedy crime, and I don't know how that would go over. But here we are. Oh gosh, it's fascinating where it came from. Oh yes, sorry, Steve. I saw your comment earlier. Yeah, when we're talking about the talking like looking at these crime shows and things, you're just it's curious because I mean my brain doesn't work like that. I don't know if anybody else's does. So you're just how do people get there? You know. All right, look at us go. Woo, woo. So it says we can go to 113 or elsewhere. So we can go back to 113 or go to 113, I should say. 113. Okay, which is where we were before, and we already went in there. So it just took us back, but it's telling us to go to another location. So we do have the hospital next on the list. So that's the only thing we have. So let's go to 118, which is the London Hospital. Okay, well, that was quick. And that is the hospital here. Oh gosh, what did Steve say now? If it is Richard Pryor, we put him in the stock, the laughing stock. Wah, wah, wah. I was waiting for the line. I was waiting for it. Okay, so we're at the London Hospital. So we need to go to 52, because that's the only number that I can see here on the page. So we're going to go to 52. And 52 is here. So there are a few numbers here. We have 118 on the floor pointing toward me. We have 67 on the door. So it says you're looking for a patient. That's where we would go to 110, or a doctor, 179. So I don't know what we're looking for exactly. Should we go see a doctor? Or, I mean, I guess technically we are looking for, we haven't found Dr. Neville. Or, I forget the other name, Reznikov? Those are the other doctors. So maybe we should kind of see where those other doctors are and then look at patients? Maybe. Let's see. So, to go to the doctor, we got to go to 179. All right, let's see here. 179. Come on, come on. Gosh, it's a little slippy there. There we go. All right. The doctor on duty is Dr. Dartnell. Okay, he's likely on his break right now. Any other questions? So we could go into 67, but she did say that the doctor's on break. Do we just like bust in the office and be like, liar, you're not on break. How could you lie to me? You've just made the top of the suspect list. So do we go into 67 and just pretend we didn't hear her? Or do we say, no, we'll just respect the wishes? I mean, I know what I'd do. Be like busting in that door all like detective-y. Like, that's a verb. But, I mean, why put the number there if we can't go in there? Exactly, Tangy-Poo. Bust in there. I'm doing it. It does say if we have other questions, we could go to 52. And it does say, with my character, I'm allowed to ask 4 questions. Okay, now I'm doubting myself. So, do I ask my questions first? Because I don't want to make... Okay, back it up. Brain's just firing off here. I can tick people off in this game. And if I tick people off, then they may not talk to me after. Ha. I do want to bust in there. I'm right with you, Tangy-Poo. Maybe I should ask my questions first and then bust in there. And then that way she doesn't want to talk to me again. Then it doesn't matter. Now you're asking, like, why did I even... see the road that I go down there? Yeah. Thinking let's do the questions because I don't want to tick her off. So let's go to 52 and we can always revisit. Oh, okay. So 52 just takes us back here. That's fine. So let's go see about a patient. But here's the thing. I can see about a patient, but what patient am I asking for? Eleanor Green? Okay, let's go see. 110. Just because now I've gone down this path, but I think I might actually... Okay, what does she say about the patient? We admitted a woman who had been attacked last week. A man had tried to kill her. She's resting in the common room. Oh, she's resting in the common room? Okay, I guess that's like the main hospital area. So here's the thing. It's like any other questions, go back to 52. If we go back to 52, it just takes us to see doctor or patient. I'm kind of at the point now where I might go back to our original plan of just busting in there. So we can confirm that there was a woman that came into the hospital because a man attacked her. I think that's what they said. Uh, yes, a man had tried to kill her. Excuse me. There's a bit of a difference. Well, I guess it's both equally terrible. So let's do it. Let's go in 67 and see what happens. This person's probably going to hate me after, but well, story of my life. No, I'm joking. 67. Okay, so this takes us actually into a bunch of bed areas. So I don't know if this actually means the common room, but yeah, she may have info. Exactly. So now we have bed 12, 58, and then 2 doors, 132, 109, to kind of work with here. So, I mean, we can make our ways through the beds and just talk to people. So I think that's a good place. We're in here to ask questions. So let's see what this number 12 tells us. Okay, here we go. So number 12, oh my gosh, that just led us to so much stuff. So number 12 has 138 here. It looks kind of like a covered glass, like with paper or something. Then we have 97, which has some like, I don't know if it's medication or lotions and potions, but there's something there. So we have things on the nightstand to investigate. They could be medications, could be perfumes, we don't know. And then there's, looks like some kind of, I don't know if it's a window or glass that's covered with some kind of paper. And then there's an arrow at the bottom leading us out of the room. So we're there. Let's investigate all the things. So let's see about this. Let's see what's on the lotions and potions table there. 97. I have lots of those myself, and they cost crazy amounts of money. All right, so 97 tells us, ooh. So there's a bulletin of some information, but there's a bottle of St. John's wort. What is St. John's wort used for? Why does that sound so familiar? Does anybody know in the chat? I know Steve's going to have some like hilarious line here. St. John's wort. Why do I feel like this is so familiar, but I can't think of what it does. Oh my gosh, why is it escaping me? Hey, Tracy, nice to see you. Thanks for popping in. Okay, now that you've popped in, maybe you know this. St. John's wort, like the, I don't know what you want to call it, treatment, if you will. What is it? You've never heard of it. I've 100% heard of it. I'm just trying to remember what it does. St. John's wort. Okay, it's not coming to me right now, but I know. Is it depression? Okay, like I've definitely heard it used for a few things. Okay, depression. Okay, this could be useful information. Thank you. I know it's familiar, and I'm like, why is it sounding familiar to me? So this could be something to take note. I like this, that we have this. Thank you, Tracy. Oh my gosh. So let's go back to 12. So that was what was on the nightstand. Now we have 138. Now 138 is... Here we go. Oh, so 138, I thought it was just a piece of paper on a mirror, but it says it's a puzzle. Oh, I'm so bad at puzzles. Okay, here we go. So it says if we're not able to solve it, we got to go back. So here is, I'll just pull it up to the camera so you can see a bit better. That's the puzzle we're trying to solve. Yeah, Tracy, I know it's other things too. I just can't think, for some reason I'm having a brain fart there. But yeah, so that's the puzzle we're trying to solve. So if anybody has any suggestions there, but it looks like there's just a number. It just looks like it's 182. Or 181, excuse me, 180. And then next in sequence, like the numbers at the bottom of the book. So 180, 181, 182. Wow, these puzzles must be real easy if I can get them in like 2.5 seconds. Just saying. And Tracy, yeah, they might. It's different in in North America than in Europe, 100%. So now I'm going to look it up after because I don't know. So I actually think this puzzle is 181. So what I think might be wrong, but that's where we're going. So let's go to 181. Oh, okay. Here's 181. You found the alphabet. Put it in your briefcase. Okay, so let's pull it up to the camera. So this is what we found from that puzzle. So it's in cursive. We found an alphabet. So I don't know if the way that's written specific letters, I mean, for those who know cursive. So we found that. Yeah, so that's good. So it's saying to put it in our briefcase. Let me just weight that down so it doesn't open. And we're I'm going to take this off. I don't need this information anymore. And we'll add that I found the alphabet. So that must come up in something. Okay, so let me write this down in my briefcase. The alphabet. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So for everyone just joining, we're just doing something easy breezy today. Next week we'll get back into more of like board game stuffs. But yeah, I didn't have a chance to get too deep into something, so it's like let's try this, and I wanted to try this book. Okay, so let's go to 12. That's going to take us back to that room. Okay, so we checked there. We checked the nightstand, so we got to go back to 67. 67. Okay, so that was just 12 that we checked. We have 58. Let's scooch over to 58, which is pretty close here. Oh, there's someone in the bed. Look, somebody's in the bed. Oh, wait, John, I'm waiting for it. Here it is. Don't let thinking about St. John mess with your head. Ha, ha, ha. I knew it. I was just waiting for the next comment. I love tangent. There it is. Well, there it is. Okay, so there's someone in the bed, so we can talk to this person at frame 37. Okay, here we go. Oh my, this is quite the story. So I'll try and lift it so you can see, but I can read it. I would like to tell you what happened to me. My name is Marisol Suarez. I work in the kitchen for an important family here in London. Sometimes I work late, and last week while I was walking home, a man attacked me. It happened at the corner of Bucks Row and Brady, and it's telling us that's frame 76. It was late at night, and I heard footsteps. I thought someone might be following me. All of a sudden, I saw him, and he grabbed me. It was dark, and I couldn't see his face, but he was tall, huge even. He grabbed my hair, and I felt a prick in my neck. I suddenly felt very tired and heard a man cry out. And when I came, I was here, safe and sound. Ooh, boy, that's a saucy one. Hey, David, thanks for popping in. Eclectic Camel, hey-o. We're just we're trying to solve the mystery. So we've talked to somebody. Somebody tried to kill her. So she was saying something here. It happened at the corner of Bucks Row and Brady. So I'll have to go to the map here. So let me go do that to weight that. So this is on the map. Hopefully you can see that. That's Bucks Road and that's Brady. So it happened somewhere in here. And there's a cemetery not too far away. That's a little scary, actually. So let us go to 76. And then that's going to take us back. I think, can we go to 76? I guess so. Okay, it'll take us to that location. So let's just mark it. So 76, because we want to finish investigating where we are. So that is Bucks Road and Brady. So I'm just going to write, and then she was saying that is 76. So we'll just write 76 here, because I don't know what it is yet. So I just put 76 so we know to go back to it. So Trey's saying, yeah, its main uses for depression. The plant is native to Europe, if that means anything. Thanks for researching that, Tracy. I feel like I've seen it somewhere else before, and I'm trying to think of where else I have seen it. So, anyway, thank you for looking into that. Okay, so we got some information. So we have 76 as a location. We can go back to 67. All right. Okay. So we checked 12. We checked 58. We have 2 rooms here we can check. Let's check 132. Why do I feel like this is going to be interesting? 132. Oh! Well, looky. There's the doctor trying to avoid us. Oh. Sorry, Tracy. So, for those who just jumped in, this is what you call a choose your own adventure book. And the different frames will have numbers in them. And what we're trying to do is right now we're investigating the murder of Eleanor Green. And so we're jumping from locations to locations that we come across. So right now we're at London Hospital and we're interrogating people or just checking different areas of the rooms wherever there's a number. And we can go to that number, read to see what it says or does. It might give us a clue. It might not. Go back to different locations and investigate again. Yes, Tangible, we caught him. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Let's see what's happening here. So we have some numbers in the room. We have 4 at the window. We have 117 at this kind of wall area, 48 for his doctor's bag, and 156 for the doctor. Since the doctor's being shady AF, we're going to go to 156. I'm just saying that. I don't actually know if he is, but he seems like he's a little sus. Okay. Oh my gosh. What the? This page has so much information on it. Jeez. All right, here we go. So this is Dr. Spencer Dartnell. He agrees to answer your questions. Remember, Watson can ask up to 4 questions and Holmes may ask up to 3. When you're done, go to 144. Oh no, I didn't get to investigate all the things in his office. I got a little too antsy there. You may return later to present an object. Remember that doing so does not use up any of your questions. Oh, that's so annoying that I should have investigated the scene first. Dang it. Well, here are the questions I have. So I'll read them out, and you can let me know in the chat what sounds good to you. Where were you last night? Who are your patients at the moment? Are there other doctors who work here? Are you well versed in human anatomy? That sounds weird. What is the nature of your relationship with Clifford Wayne? Which we don't know who that is yet. What is the patient in the common room suffering from? And then it says if you found it, show him the notebook, which we have not found. So, oh dear, that was a lot to take in. I wasn't expecting it to go that far. I'm so sorry, everybody. David, I don't trust the forehead. Oh no, y'all are terrible. Hey, I have a 5 head. A forehead. Resting sus face is accurate. Actually, that's true. I may have a 4 to 5 head. This potentially has 6, so I'm saying nothing. Okay, so oh gosh. I guess should we start with the typical where were you last night? That sounds like it could be asked in so many ways, but yes. Or should we ask about the patient in the room next door? David, you do have. I have a big forehead. It's big enough. But you know what that just means? In some cultures, having a big forehead is a sign of beauty. So that's what I say anyway about myself. Legends, yeah, hello. Thanks for joining. Good to see you in the chat. We're just getting through this mystery, and it got to well, we're having a forehead talk because the doctor about to interview is quite the forehead. I too have quite the forehead, so we're finding some commonality here. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe let's ask him where he was last night. And don't you all day say anything about his forehead. Okay, so that's 53. Let's go see. Where were you last night? And remember, I got 4 questions, so this is number 1. 53. So he says, oh, he looks very dapper here. I was on duty. I never left. Just ask my secretary. I feel like that's how he sounds. 156. Okay, let's go back to 156. Y'all are cracking me up today. Oh my gosh. Ah, sugar and spice. Okay, now let's take a look at. Okay, well, are there other doctors that work here is pretty good. I also want to know what's going on with the patient in the common room. So 128. Let's go there. Find out what's happening in that regard. Here we go. And he's biting on his pipe here. Suarez, was it? I don't know why she would still be here. She was attacked, and we gave her a simple injection. Nothing serious. I left it up to the nurses. Wow, that's nice. Literally said that she was attacked, and you're sitting here going, nothing serious. Like, what? Oh gosh, what's that name? I'm something of a forehead expert myself. Steve, stop it. Terrible. Oh my gosh, 156. Y'all are so bad. So that was question 2. Oh gosh, I only have 2 more questions. And that so far these are useless. So should we ask if he's well versed in human anatomy? I mean, The forehead says it all, right? Maybe just a big brain. Um, are there other doctors who work here? Could be good too. I kind of like that one. Let's try that one. 108. And then we'll try. We have one more question after that. Okay. Wait now. The eyes are big here. This could be. I share the work with Dr. Reznikov. That old man is in his 80s now. I don't understand how he's still working. Return to 156. Oh, I thought he was giving me something. Apparently not. Boo. Okay, I have one more question. One more question. Let's see. I guess I could ask who your patients are at the moment. I don't know if that really helps me right now because I don't really have any other suspects. Or ask him if he's well versed in human anatomy. Maybe I can ask more questions there. I feel like that's going to help me later. Question mark? Ugh, I feel like many mistakes were made here. Who are your patients at the moment? Okay, maybe that's a more pertinent question. 178. Although, anatomy would be good to find out where these blood spatters had come from the previous body. Oh, gosh. See, this is what happens. I start questioning myself. It just goes on and on. Anatomy? Okay. Thank you, because we'd be here all day if I had to make a decision, I swear. Okay, 79. I like it. Okay, here we go. Seriously? I'm a trained surgeon. That's enough. You're wasting my time. It would appear that you've angered... Oh no, we've angered Dr. Dartnell. Return to 156, but ask him no further questions. Whoa, calm down there, buddy. Relax. And we'll be happy to know that was my last question anyways, because I only got 4 questions. So you know what? It was perfect, because that was all we could ask anyway. What a jerk. Boo. It says if you found it, show him the notebook. We did not. But when we're done, it says to go to 144. What a not a nice person. Oh, here we go. We got some stuffs. Okay. You found a suspect. So it says, Dr. Spencer Dartnell is highly proficient in use of surgical tools. Oh boy. He works in Whitechapel and has sufficient strength to lift a victim. Bum bum bum. What does it say? Note his name and code on your list of suspects, then return to questioning him or go to 132. Well, we can't question him anymore, so let me write this down, because this is probably where we're going to have to end for today, but let me write it down. So this is Dr. Spencer Dartnell. He's a bit of a boob. Okay, so he's number 42 is his code. What is this chat going on about? It's because I talked about his forehead. I take it all back. Yeah, he got salty. But he could have just said he has a big brain, and we would have been like, that's cool. Oh, rude. So now we're going to go to 132. Let me just go there. So 132. So that just takes us back to... Okay, so we could still look around the office. I thought we were like totally done with it. So this, unfortunately, is where I have to end it, because guess who has to go back to work? This girl right here in 10 minutes. So let's mark it. I'm going to put a little marker thing on it. And I've got all my notes here. And we're going to pop over to over here. Well, there you go, everybody. I know that was a shorter stream than you're used to. Usually I just chatter on and try and sort stuff out for a long time. But let's see these chats. I missed some of these when I was in here. So David, or Eclectic Camo, I should say. I shouldn't call you David. I'm sorry. You have one of these books. Yeah, I have a whole stack. Like, you can even probably see them from here. So it's blurred. I blurred the background, but there's like 5 of them there. And I've done a few of them. Like Captive, I think I did so many times because I'm terrible at these things. And it was a lot harder. These ones are a bit easier. But yeah, so you should totally do them. They're super fun. I just do them like before bed, but I laminate all the main pages so I don't have to write in the book. So then if I want to lend it to somebody, they can use it. So that's another way to do it. And Steve's saying the doctor's code is 42. The answer to the life and universe of everything. Let's listen. He might be the key. And 42, smart, thinking outside the box, could totally be the person. Evil Turnip, thanks for jumping in the chat. Okay, is there a series of these? So I'll just jump. So I'm going to take my headphones off. Give me 1 second. You can see my sweatpants. They're horrible. Yes, I'm all about business on the top, even though this top is not really business and just cash on the bottom. So there are several books. I have another one here, but it's in my closet. It's called Lulu, which is like the wolf, werewolf, wolf. And that's another one. Those are from the earlier books that came out. Captive was one of the other ones that came out. That was one of the earlier ones. These ones are a bit more difficult and a bit darker. So if you're looking to play these with kids and stuff, I mean, not that I would recommend that one with kids either, but these ones are a bit darker. And then there's Lily Van Helsing. So these came in the same time as the Sherlock ones I got. So I got these on Kickstarter, but I think you can get them from Van Ryder Games on their site. And again, the art is kind of more like kid friendly. Like this one, I believe would be more in line that kids could play. And then there's Dark Mage, which I have not started yet. And this one is... this will be at your discretion. I think it's like more fantasy type things in it. I don't know how good it is going to be for children, but like if they're a bit older, they might be okay on this one. So yeah, so there are a whole bunch of them. I have a few. I think I have like 4 or 5 of them, but they're not like a continued series. Like they're their own separate stories, and I think there are like another bunch that I just didn't get. So yeah, they're super fun. I do these before bed, like super easy. I just thought I'd share it with all of you because it's late, it's lunchtime, and you know what I mean? Everyone only's got a few minutes during lunch so we could check it out. So Tracy, he's clearly sensitive about his forehead. Maybe his forehead envy. Listen, as someone with a large forehead, I get it. It's a thing. Tangiboo, tell me you're considering showing off your Magic the Gathering collection. Yeah, I don't want to talk about MTG because my brothers took it all. I have this 0, so they have all of the cards. And you know what? Here's the kicker. I don't even think they're playing any of it. So, whatever. Yeah, so Legends, that's exactly it. Sorry, I just saw your comment. I had stopped the chat from before. Yeah, it's exactly that. They're the GNA books, and the GNA ones are, yeah, they're all these ones. That's exactly what it says on the bottom there. Yeah, you got it. Because I think they were with somebody else, and then Van Ryder kind of brought them in, so they weren't, I don't think, specifically created. And you'll know because one of them's in French, so, or the title. So yeah, the reason why Dave is not showing collections is because I've been trying to get him to show his Champions collection, how we organize them. So mine, you can't see them here, but they're back there on a shelf. I've got 2 squares, Calyx squares of Marvel stuff, and I organize them in a really nice way. And GameGenic has been kind enough to send me some stuff. So I thought it would be cool to share with people how we organize them so people could get some ideas. If you think this is a good idea, let me know. Maybe I'll just do it by myself. And if you're like, no, that's a terrible idea, then we just won't. It's really straightforward. And Steve's darker than Jack the Ripper. So the books, the Jack the Ripper one is probably, I mean, that's dark. Like, kids shouldn't be playing that one for sure. And they do tell you when you order them, like, it's for kids, it's not for kids. This one, even the art is darker. This is Captive. This is definitely not for kids. Like, not that the other one is either, but you can tell it's like a more, the art is less cute. Which is interesting that the other one has more cute art, but it isn't really for kids either. So, but they do have ones that are specific to children. And I know I bought one and gave them to my nephews, so for sure. So, yes, I'm going to try and get him to show his collection. And it's more just to show organization for the Marvel Champions stage. So if anybody else plays Marvel Champions, I would love to, maybe I'll do a solo stream of Marvel Champions. I actually don't get as nervous doing that one. I mean, I might forget little things, but at least I played the game enough to know it. So, but yeah, like I totally don't mind doing like a stream like, hey, this is how I organize it, and I'll show you all the stuff. Like I have mats. You can even see behind me, there are 2 mats there. Those are for Marvel Champions. GameGenic was kind enough to send those to me. I'm keeping the black one. Suzanne's going to get the orange one over there. Because I like black. But yeah, if that's something that interests you all, let me know. Like I totally don't mind like it's super short. And okay, good. Evil Turnip, you're looking into the books. Yeah, they have some that are like more kid oriented because I've given some to my nephews and stuff. And I think I got them 2 or 3. Yeah, so they have a whole section of like kid ones and then adult, more adult or young adult and higher. So, ooh, LOTR. I think Suzanne's doing some organization with hers if I'm not mistaken. So any of these kind of card games like LCGs or anything like that, yeah, it's like intense organization. It gets expensive. So, okay, you know what, Legends? I'm going to do it. I am gonna do a stream, not too long, but y'all can ask questions. I can even provide you like where I got the stuff. Suzanne too has a system, so she had a system, and then I kind of like switched her. I say switched her to the system that I used. But to be fair, I'm gonna be very honest. GameGenic was very kind to send me a lot of the stuff, so I didn't have to pay for a lot of it. I probably still would have done it anyway because I like to have it organized, but definitely I'm open to sharing that with all of you if it's something you're interested in. And yeah, David can whatever. We'll just do it without him. So, all good. So if y'all are cool with that, yeah, I'll definitely pull it out and maybe I'll do it. Is this time good for everybody or should I do it more on like a night time stream? Let me know what works better because I can definitely try and scooch it into that like lunch hour time. Um, So if you prefer it at night, I can do it at a night stream. But if you prefer it during the day, like I said, it sits on my shelf right there. I've labeled everything. It's all chef's kiss. It looks so good. I'd be more than happy to run it through. Actually, you just reminded me. I got 2 new decks that I have to add in, so I can even quickly like walk you through how I would enter them into there. And Tracy's saying, I've been running for Marvel Champions. That's a money rabbit hole. I will fall down hard. I would still watch an organization vid. Right? I'm all about the organization. I had to stop myself with Marvel Champions because I was just buying every deck. And then I came across decks that I didn't love, like, oh, what is it? Drax. Oh, that deck. It's so bad. And I'm sorry because I know there are people that love it. I hated it. Like, really hated it. And so I'm not going to get rid of it. I paid for it. It falls into my little collection for Guardians of the Galaxy, but it was not one of my favorites at all. So I'm being a little more choosy about the ones versus being the completist, which wants to get everything. It gets expensive. I sleeve everything, and I have like the art sleeves and stuff. Like, it's a thing. So, what is David saying? Yeah, you can buy what you want. It's only a money pit if you're a completionist. Yeah, and I was going down that road 100%. And then it got to the point where I was like, I'm not even playing all of these, and I'm trying, like, I want to, but obviously trying to find the time or people to play with. I do play a lot of solo with this one, which is great because it's really snappy. I like it. But yeah, there are some characters for me that are mid and I could do without. So I think the recent ones I bought were possibly Wolverine, Storm, and Wolverine. I think I tried to get Gambit, but it was sold out. But then I heard Gambit was mid, so I didn't bother with it. Steve, I'm a completionist. Yeah, so this will be a money pit for sure if you go down this road. So in the chat, let me know. Is it better for me to do it during a lunchtime, or is it better for me to do a video with you, like an after work at night, and then you can watch it later? Like, I love engaging with all of you, but I understand that not everybody is available during the day. Yeah, I know. The completionist in us wants to. I swear, I think it's a gamer thing. I'm starting to wonder, did I need all of these electronics on my dresser for gaming? No, but I wanted them. Okay, so next. Oh, David's saying Drax isn't a bad deck. It's just a specific playstyle. You really have to deck build there. The deck out of the box is weak. Oh, 100%. And for me, just for time-wise, I don't have the time to build a lot of the decks. I have all the notes and stuff to do it. I just don't have the time. Ashley was really good at that. So for those who don't know, Ashley was on the channel with me. She was very, very good about building out of the deck. Building a deck that just came out of the box and that was weak. But I just don't have the time to do it. So, but yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Okay, MTGs, yeah, I see a thing. It's popular. That's because you spent all your time organizing it. Okay, David, relax. I need the it bothers me. Like, I ran out of the orange back sleeves, and I had to use clear, and it looks horrible, but they're sold out. So now I'm just like, ugh. So yeah, that part of me is a little irritated. Okay, so you know what? I'm off on next Friday, so I can do a slight. Okay, so yeah, so you know what? We'll do a night stream. I'll set up a time next week to do like a night stream, and then for those of you who can't join us, it'll be on replay, and if there's comments or things I didn't answer, let me know, and then I'll address them in another video. So, well, look at that. It's 1:03. I got to go back to work, back to the managerial tasks that I have to do. So, thanks everybody for joining me with the mystery that we're doing. If you want me to finish the mystery, I will. If not, totally fine. We can move on to another game next time. Yeah, I just thought it'd be something light and fun for us to try. And for those who hadn't seen the books, now you can check that out. You can do whatever you want here, David. Come on. I will not force you to do anything you don't want to do. The channel is open for you to MTG. That is making me a little sad because I don't have access to my stuff anymore. But nah, do your thing. Funny, funny. Anyway, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, I appreciate the support on this solo venture that I'm going on, and I'll set up a time to do on Twitch because I'm kind of moving everything to Twitch. I'll do a stream on organizations, and maybe I can get Suzanne to join because she had another system too and then changed over. So I'll see what I can do. Anyway, good to see all of you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful super day. Bye everybody.